Hi guys, so now let's talk about the learners' learning difficulties in remembering. But first, let us talk about the difference between learning difficulties from learning disabilities. When we say, or when we talk about learning disabilities, um, these affect the entire areas of the children. For example, in its physical, emotional, cognitive, and any area of the development. While learning difficulties, there is just a certain area where that learner is having a difficulty. So, learning in learning difficulties, this brought a lot of effects to learners, but not in the whole entire intelligence or the overall IQ of the learner. One of the greatest example to differentiate learning disability to learning difficulty is the Down syndrome and the dyslexia. When we talk about learning disability, it talks about Down syndrome, which a certain learner has a problem in its physical appearance and at the same time in his mental capacity. But when we talk about dyslexia, there is just a certain area, like for example, he is not that good in reading or he cannot pronounce a certain word well. That's an example of dyslexia. So in other words, learning difficulty is a minor illness, or a minor illness that affects our learners than having this what we call disability. So let's talk about the causes of learning difficulties. According to Mayo Clinic, in their study, there are 7 causes or reasons why a certain learner may have the what we call learning difficulty. So, first reason or first cause is inherited condition. So, if your parents or grandparents were having a problem about this, a certain learner might inherit this kind of difficulty. So second reason or second cause is that chromosome abnormalities. So in our body we have this X and Y chromosomes. So there should be a balance between each chromosomes so that a certain learner will have this, a good or a proper way of development when it comes to focusing and remembering. So the third reason is complications during birth. Many of the parents, or especially women, took their labor in their houses using with the help of mananabang. But what our professional said that it is better to deliver a newborn baby in a certain hospital or clinic so that a certain mother will be assisted by professionals and health workers. And delivering a newborn baby is a very crucial time of of a life of a certain infant. So it's very dangerous. That is why health workers or professionals are needed in that certain time. Okay, so next is the premature birth. There are certain causes or reasons about premature birth, but this reason is also the main reason why our learner a certain learner will have a possibility of having um, learning difficulty. So the fifth cause is mother's illness during pregnancy. So in the time of pregnancy, a life of a mother is very dangerous. So um, she is required to eat not just a lot of food, but a healthy and appropriate foods for a pregnant woman. And then the sixth reason is, or the sixth cause is mother's vices. So when we talk about vices, it talks about smoking, drinking, or even taking illegal drugs. These vices will really affect not just the physical but also the mental ability of a certain learner or a certain child. So the last cause or the last reason is that neglect or lack of mental stimulation. So if there is nothing wrong with delivering the infant or delivering the baby, your responsibility, so as parents, your responsibility will not stop in just delivering the baby safely, but it will still continue until the baby develops into or to grow old. That is why schooling or engaging learner to school is really important, because this will help to stimulate minds of the learners and to guide learners on what skills to be developed. That is, there is what we call problem to us or to many of the parents out there, because if they can see that their child is not doing well or do not have the ability of understanding situations, they just neglect it. But it is very important to give importance to simple simple action of a certain learner. So that is all about my topic. Stay tuned for the next reporter.